There we go. Welcome to a exciting episode of a game brought to you by our legends of our Living Legends crew. I hope you guys will enjoy. Kyrath, will you quit trying to open stuff?
Well, I was muting the stream. You don't even have Tabletop Simulator open.
Well, anyways, we just got done picking tokens, or hopefully that's it. But to give you
Until
all,
he can start transforming into things, and then we're
Yes.
gonna do this all over again.
to give you all a little bit of a backstory as to what's going on, we're playing in the world of Warcraft, and we're going to be kind of playing around with some of the lore a little bit. World of Warcraft already has the whole timeline shifting stuff going on, so we've shifted the timeline a little bit. Instead of the Lich King succumbing to the evils and the temptation of power, he instead chose to deny that, and he is now Arthas Menethil, Paladin of the Light, and currently ruler of New Lordaeron, which is a town. If you play normal World of Warcraft, it is Theramore. It's Theramore, but because he obeyed Medivh and followed Jaina and Uther, all of a sudden Theramore is no longer just a port city. It is now a beacon of light, a place where the holy light just literally permeates the city. And it has had a huge effect on the world around it. If you want to know anything about the light, that's where you go. And because of that, because of this main change, there is no Lich King. So all the Death Knights, all the Forsaken, all that never happened. So in other words, the Horde does not have a huge contingent on their side, so they are not quite as violent as they normally would be. They're now down to pretty much just the three tribes: the Trolls, the Orcs, and the Tauren. And the Trolls and Tauren have basically been helping the Orcs overcome the bloodlust and the blood curse that had been afflicting them. Take in mind that everything has changed since the Lich King did not come, since the Lich King did not try to take over, and the Scourge was not as big as it was. That means Quel'Thalas is completely open. It also means that the Sunwell is going on and that people there are thriving. They're part of the Alliance. The High Elves exist as they are, like that, High Elves, and not the Sindorai or the Blood Elves. So there is a huge world for us to explore now, just by that one change. And because we've done that one change, we get to play a little bit and see what happens. For our game tonight, we are playing Warcraft. Let's see here if I can get it to do what I want. We're playing Warcraft, Fangs of the Moon. And this will be episode 1. The world of Azeroth is much different from what you know it. Arthas Menethil did not become the Lich King. He chose to follow Uther and Jaina's voice. He followed Medivh's words and take what people he could across the sea. Since then, the Scourge was not directed as it should have been. Quel'Thalas still stands. The Sunwell, as bright as a bright beacon to her people. And wrong button. Flip. Prince Kael'thas Sunstrider has ruled his people with the grace and dignity that they deserve. The world of Azeroth almost seems perfect. And that's where our story takes place. In a time of peace. But in this world, war is never far. And war never changes. So for you players, I want you to place yourself in this world as best as you can. You've been given a quest. A simple quest. To go to Menethil Harbor, given to you by Gen Greymane. And your task there is to secure a boat and a passage over to New Lordaeron. There is some comeuppance or some rumors going about There is the rumor coming about that there are people shrouded in dark armor riding across these Scourge fields. And remember, the Plague Lands are not what they are in current World of Warcraft. In today's world, the roads are patrolled by the Paladins of the Silver Hand constantly. The undead is kept back hard and is kept back to a extreme. But now there's the appearance of these Black Knights that have been coming about here or there. What in the world could be going on? You've been given safe passage to Menethil Harbor, so that, guess what? You don't have to pay the 500 gold per person to ride the griffins. So, yeah, it's
Nice.
yes.
I had like 6 gold.
Since Gen Greymane decided to make sure he wanted his passage secured safely, he made sure you two were sent on ahead as quickly as possible. The trip from Gilneas over to Menethil Harbor would be about 10 hours, so it's later in the night. But if you were to take the same trip by foot or by horse, it would be closer to like 2-3 weeks. So we're bringing in a lot more of a real world scope to the World of Warcraft, and that's a long distance. And so is the boat ride, but it's got to be secured. If you don't secure the ride, Gan is, while a patient man, he's also a fair man, which means if you don't do your job right, you're not gonna be feeling good in the morning, so to say. And with that, we shall do this. If it will load. Come on, load. Don't crash, just load. Wait. Oh my word, I forgot.
The Kraken table is loading.
Yes. Oh, it's not going to do that good. I foresaw that it wouldn't do that. I want you.
Ooh.
Let me turn the music on.
So many of you guys saw
And then deal with a YouTube ad, because everybody loves a YouTube ad.
can do better. Word
Yeah,
is
nobody wants to listen to you. Sorry, dude. There we go. Alright. The scene appears with you two both flying in on a griffin. The sky soars overhead as the griffins below you squawk. The land known as the wetlands passes beneath you. The greens mix with the blues in your eyes, and the rush of air in your hair sends calming chills down your spine. The griffins twist and turn gently into a new direction, giving you the sense that your flight is drawing near to its end. A little while longer, and this flight will end. The city of Menethil Harbor just peaks on the horizon. The gray stones break upon the green fields below you. The clouds part as you see the outskirts of the city. The stables of the griffins come into view as one of your griffins dives a little too low and causes a random store owner to duck his head and yell something unintelligible at the creature. And towards the landing zone, your griffin soars, and gently landing with a couple of patters of feet, a dwarf warmly greets you. There's that one. Well, hello there. It's good to see more people flying into Menethil. What can I do for you?
How much experience do either of us have with dwarves?
You know a little bit about dwarves. For you, an elf, there's a little bit of animosity, but it's almost a playful animosity. Think Legolas Gimli kind of thing. Auric, on the other hand, he knows dwarves. They know him. He's a human to them. They pass off like cousins, kind of thing.
Okay, I will get off my griffin, and I'll say, greetings. Yes, we've obviously just arrived. Aldrich, you all right? We came in a little close there.
Yes, I'm okay.
And with that, make Constitution saving throws.
What?
You've been riding a griffin for 10 hours straight.
Uh,
One of them has not been very careful.
Which one?
That's why
yours.
That's why you're both making Constitution saving throws.
What's a Constitution saving throw? 1d20?
It's
Plus your con.
one
Plus your
d20.
own
Yep.
thing.
If you are, if you're proficient in it, which I believe druids are, you get to add your proficiency bonus to it. So it's 1d20 plus your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Is this one on the far right of the top of 1d20?
On the far right, yes, that is the d20. If nothing else, you can roll the die roller.
Oh no, I want to reroll. I got a 5. Plus 3, so I have 8.
I got 14.
You got
It
14?
wasn't me.
Oh, okay, 14 and a 5.
Does a 14 succeed? Because I can roll something if it doesn't. That is a thing I can do. Just saying.
14 is fine.
Okay.
Can I
14
reroll with a die roller?
No, you do not have advantage on it. As you tell Oriana, your partner, that you're fine, something hits you. You're not sure what, but you double over, and for some reason, you hit a pile of hay that's right ends up being right on the ground waiting for you. And whatever lunch you had is now on the floor.
Oh.
Well, Lottie.
I thought you said you were alright.
Well, I guess I was less alright than I thought.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Well, Lottie, don't worry. It happens all the time. Here, drink this. And the dwarf hands you a small glass of something warm.
What is this?
It'll help you with the nausea.
Did I ask what it would do? I said ask what it was.
He's not going to tell you unless you want to persuade him.
Can I do a nature check to see if I can figure it out?
Yeah.
I'll take it and I'll be like, he's just a little cautious, and let me see what my skills are.
Okay.
Okay, there it is.
Your Australian skills? That sounded very Australian.
I'm trying to go. Yeah, I'm just still figuring it out. Okay.
Well, if you so desire, it's just not but a little bit of some herbal extracts and so forth.
12. Total 12.
It's got like he said, it's got a very herbal scent to it. Warm, almost like a tea, but for some reason the scent kind of calms your nerves.
Yeah, you should
Kinda
probably
pleasant.
drink this. You should drink this.
Okay, I'll drink it in one giant gulp. Thank you.
Oh, anytime. We handle this all the time anyways. The flavor of the drink is very minty. So, taking it all at once, it hits you like mint would.
This is quite refreshing.
Yeah, it should be fine. It's a secret passed down from the family of the from Ironforge. We use it quite a lot. It's helped out the Wildhammer clans quite a bit, particularly since they tend to maintain the the griffins for us as much as they do.
So you have a good relationship then with Ironforge.
Oh, of course. We're like distant cousins. Well, we're more like distant brothers with the way they tend to be, or with the way they are. And of course, you get a couple of dwarves around together and put a couple of pints of beer down. What else can you expect?
Right. Well, we were sent here on a task, and we should probably get going on that.
Oh, very well. Where do you need to go? Some of the shops have already started closing up, but there's a couple of places still open. The inn, of course, is open.
That actually might be the place to go. I think my friend here needs to rest.
All right.
I'm fine.
No, you're
Can we
not.
head to the docks?
You're not.
That's where we need to get a ship, right?
We're
Well,
going to the inn for a moment. You need to at least sit down and not be flying or moving.
well then,
I'm fine now that we're on solid ground now.
in that case, the inn is right there, and you turn your head just a little bit, and the inn is literally the biggest building right there, right next to you. And then the docks, if you want to look, is on the other side of the inn. It's literally the other direction you were looking. One is basically left, and one is right.
Do you know who we could talk to about getting passage on a boat?
Oh, for sure. Let's see here. Who was it? I had it written down, but it was written down not on that strip. Oh, there we go. You'll be wanting to talk with Lindsay Martin. She's the captain of the ship, of the ships that are in, or at least one of the ships that's in port right now.
What's the name of her vessel?
The name of the vessel is the Flying Whale. She has a bit of humor to her.
Apparently. It seems to be a common trait shared in humans. And I just look over at Adric.
You know,
Are
I
you
bet they
sure
could make
you're
whales
reading?
fly if you had a good levitation spell.
No, I don't think... We've had this discussion before. That's not how that works.
Levitation on a whale? Laddie, you need more than my little herbal drink to help you. Ghost, you might want to see the inn. It might... No, what? You should probably go to Stormwind. They've got medics that'll take care of you.
I take care of his medical needs. It's... we just... What do you want? Do you want to go to the ship, or do you want to go to the inn first?
I think we should go to the ship.
Well, it's your body. If you want to go from one flying thing to moving down the ocean immediately, then I guess we can.
But we're not going to board the ship. We're just going to walk up to the dock.
And I point for you to go first.
Okay, I start walking towards the docks.
All right. As you walk towards the docks, of course, the salty sea air hits you. Make another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, goodness.
Just Auric.
Oh, okay. Phew.
What kind of spells do I have?
Losing your lunch once is fine, but losing it again kind of makes it easier until you've had at least a little bit of a break from upchucking lunch.
I have prestidigitation. I can clean him up. I can get the smell out of his clothes.
Well, technically, to do that, all you'd have to do is push him off the pier, but...
Well, but that's mean. I have a spell.
How about, can I use a druid craft to make the scent of like some pine needles or something that reminds
I can
me of
do
my
that.
home forest that smells better and settles my stomach?
I would give you advantage on the roll.
Okay.
Ooh.
14
14.
plus 3, 17.
Okay. The sea air hits you, and you have to chew back a little bit, but you're fine. The scent of the pine needles and whatnot is very calming and very soothing, and it might actually make one of the guards kind of look at you and go, "It smells okay," and continues on his particular patrol, kind of wondering at this sweet, smelly, weird dude.
I'm just walking towards the docks and I'm like, I'm okay. Let's just keep going. Everything's perfectly fine. Let's just keep going.
Pretty much. All right, and you're heading towards the boat.
As we walk, I ask him, you've been on a boat before, correct? A ship? You sailed?
Not per se exactly.
Oh, no. Well, I have. I've been on a few vessels in my time, so if you need anything, just let me know. I understand you have an image to keep for everyone else, but, you know, you and I, no secrets here. Also, that's a good idea on the druidcraft thing, because, yeah, that was going to smell for a while. Alright, so then I guess we walk up.
Okay, make sure my mic is turned on. You walk up and you see a kind of a scruffy looking man. Looks like he's definitely a sailor. Just a loose shirt, pair of pants, and kind of barefoot, but not necessarily something you want to take a look at. He looks up at you and goes, "What in the world is going on? It's not often to see a night elf. What?"
Hello, I'm Ariana. This is my friend Adric. We're looking for a boat.
Okay.
Yes, hello, I'm here too.
There's a boat right here. What do you want with it?
Well, we would like to use it to make passage towards, where are we going again?
New Lordaeron.
That place.
Okay. Captain said she'll be sailing off in about a week.
Out of character, how does that mess with the time schedule that we were given?
How do you? That meshes about right.
We were both thinking the same thing, like,
Gen will be is expected to arrive in roughly about a day before it goes off, before the ship sails, give or take.
Oh, we're finding passage for him. I thought we were finding passage for ourselves.
Yes.
So, okay.
He wants both of you to go.
But he's gonna go too?
Yes, he has been summoned as one of the members of the Alliance, and he would like Audric there as an advisor.
And I just tag along wherever Adric goes.
Wait, is Menethil Harbor part of Quel'Thalas?
No.
No, okay.
Basic idea is if Quel'Thalas is about Maine, Menethil Harbor is closer to like North South Carolina.
Okay.
So we're talking a little bit of a distance here.
So do we have an idea of how many people we need to book travel for on this ship? Like, is he having some royal guards coming along?
12 tickets.
For that, yeah, it would be about estimating about 12 for him, and then plus you two, so 14 total. But a ship of this size can easily fit considerably more than that. Don't worry about the models of the boats. That's literally the smallest model I could find. If I pulled out my other model, if I tried to adjust its size any which way, it would grow 3 sizes too large. Like, quite literally.
Like the Grinch's heart.
Yes, very much so.
Alright. Well, yes. Well, then, is your captain nearby? Maybe we can negotiate with her. We're going to need a book passage for several people, not just the two of us.
Captain Merton? She'd be in the inn right now. She's deciding to set up shop, at least for today, and just wants us to make sure some of the repairs are taken care of.
Alright.
But I think she's in the inn finalizing a couple of passenger lists, or probably her drinking a little bit. So.
I just elbow Audric, like, I've been saying go to the inn from the beginning, and you're like, no.
Thank you for the information, good sir.
You're welcome.
Illuminadore.
Yada yada. Whatever. Weird night elves.
I resist the urge to find someone to flavor his coat and leave.
Is that any way to talk to a lady?
You show me a lady, I'll...
She's
show
standing
me
right
who a
here.
lady is. That's a night elf.
Yeah, a night elf lady.
He looks at you quizzically and is like, what?
I cough, and as I do, I'm going to cast Prestidigitation, and I'm going to flavor his coat to smell like a skunk just sprayed him.
It doesn't face him at all.
And then I cough harder, and then I make his coat smell like lavender.
A skunk and then lavender.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he doesn't like sweet smells.
I'm just over here like gagging, and I'm like, a much better choice.
He wipes his nose a little bit, and you get the impression this guy has smelled probably a lot worse than skunk. And lavender is semi-pleasant. He doesn't care. He's been out on the seat enough that he might not have nose hairs.
Aldrich, it's fine. Let's just go.
What's your name, sir?
Bernard.
Nice to meet you, Bernard.
Night-
And I walk away.
That's
Bye,
what
you
name.
weird smelling. Okay. And he goes back to work.
Isn't that the name of a dog from Stormwind?
Is it?
I seem to recall that that's like a human dog breed. Maybe I'm wrong.
Barnard, not Bernard.
That's what Oriana heard. And we're going to the tavern.
Okay. Hopefully it doesn't crash.
We actually get to go in the tavern? That's cool.
Oh yeah. Hopefully it... Oh, it's got an ad playing. No. Okay, there we go.
The inn seems to be on fire.
Sorry, just kidding. My particle effects are too much. I'm sorry.
It's like that was the first thing that loaded. It's just like a little bit of wood, floor, and then just fire everywhere.
It's not necessarily fire. It's the only fire effect I could find that I could place on top of candles.
Very intense candles.
Yeah, it booted
Although I
me.
think
Give it
everyone here is
back.
gonna die from carbon dioxide.
Shush. Let's pull this out.
Let's try to bring me in. Continue. I'll figure it out.
Oh, okay. Aldrich and Zeri when she gets here. Okay. You may have to click below them. Front door is over where Zeri is, or her token is. What did you knock over? What did you knock over? Now I have to go find out what you knocked over. No!
Knocked over, what?
I heard something fall over. What did you knock over? What did you knock over? You have no idea. I had to set this inn up 3 times.
There's not like an option to just lock everything in place?
Oh, there is.
silly.
I locked it in place. several times. Some things came unlocked, like the table that's underneath. Oh, I missed one candle. Oh well. I'm not adding in another fire.
Don't wait for me. It's gonna be a hot mess for a while.
A minute. Okay.
Just keep going. I'll figure it out.
The inn before you opens up. You can definitely tell it's an inn. There's the smell of spilled ale and whatnot, and of course, loud people all over the place, just making it a complete and utter ruckus. Let's see here. I should have my looping effects. I want. Not you. Oh, that's it. Hey.
What's the name of this tavern?
That's the one thing I didn't get a hold of. That's literally the one thing I did not think about. I thought about everything else but that.
Clearly it has some sort of pun name or something.
What was it? Oh, well, just call it the Griffin's Peak. Griffin's Peak Inn.
I'm gonna try to use perception when we walk in to try to see if I can tell who the ship captain is.
I'm here, guys. I'm back. It's good.
Oh, I thought that was a 1. Okay, 7. 7 plus 5 is 12.
I just nudge Audric, and I'm like, there's gnomes. They're so cute.
Whatever you say.
But they look like little humans.
Know what's cute? Baby foxes and wolves. They're very cute.
I would agree with that. I had one as a pet once.
Really? What was its name?
Foxy.
What?
It was Foxy. With a PH.
What happened to it?
Oh, he grew up and wanted to go back to his family, so I had to let him.
What do you mean
But
back to his family?
Well, I didn't exactly ask to adopt him. See, I like to collect pets when I was little, and so when he got bigger, he kind of wanted to go home. But it was fun while he was little.
I see. I'm glad no night elves tried to kidnap any of my brothers and sisters growing up.
Well, I mean, he didn't live in near Darnassus, so he was probably pretty safe. I wasn't mean to him. We had great fun. We got bored. I guess I wasn't very interesting. It was fun.
Yeah, you realize that animals need to learn hunting instincts from other animals in their pack, right? So if he went back into the wild, he may not be alive at this current moment.
I mean, my dad's a druid. He saw some of those things. I think he's fine. He's fine. He was fine. Well, he's not. I mean, he's dead now because that was like 100 years ago. But He's
Oh
fine.
yes, I always forget that you're very old.
I'm not, but thank you. I could think. I'm actually like the same age as you, as far as night elves are concerned.
That's interesting. I didn't realize that night elves were interesting at doing math.
Did I? Well, that wasn't intentional, but I just meant, like, age-wise. I would be treated the way you're treated by your people if we went back home. That's what I mean. Why do you always confuse me?
Ah, I see. That makes sense.
Yes. Did you find the captain? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I think she's right over there.
You're
And
gonna
I
have to
point
be more
towards
specific.
wherever the captain
It's
happens
really
to be.
smoky in here.
So where's the captain, Barry? I can't hear you.
I see her now.
Can you
She's
hear-
jumping.
Can you hear
I hear you.
Barry? I can see Barry's mouth moving, but I can't hear it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Normally I'm better at talking than you, but judging by the reactions of people, maybe it would be better if you introduced us.
If that's what you think is good.
Well, I just don't want to get into a bar fight with her because she decides to be rude to me. So maybe you should go first.
Okay. I'll start walking towards her.
Get all, so it's fun! Something got turned off on my settings, so they couldn't hear me. Yay.
At least you figured it out.
Yeah. I'm just glad it was just my mic and not the whole thing, so. Yay.
I am like kind of covering my mouth, trying to make it not too obvious, but I'm not used to places that are closed in and filled with this much smoke. I'm, an elf. I like being in the open air, and this is not my idea of a comfy place. I'm like trying not to gag on the carbon monoxide poisoning that's got to be happening here.
Okay. The lady looks up at you from beneath a tankard, but also a bunch of papers that she's been filling out.
Hello, my name is Audric, and this is Oriana. Are you the captain of the Flying Whale?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. We heard from your crew member that you're leaving in around a week, and we'd like to book passage for 14 passengers.
Okay. Is there any particular reason? We'll be heading to New Lordaeron if we are already
Excellent. That's where we're
planning
headed.
to head there. Okay. That's good.
Yep, that sounds great.
What is wrong with you?
It's very smoky in here. She has sensitive lungs.
It's a tavern. We kinda need the light. But,
Well, maybe some people do.
and she gives you a piercing look. Of like, yeah, say that to my face again.
So yeah, a few passages would be great.
Alright, well, let me see what I've got. I do have enough for... You said 14?
Indeed.
Okay. I could squeeze you in, but somebody's gonna have to work a little. I don't have quite enough room. I have
What
about,
kind
Somebody
of
as in one
work?
person or 5 people?
about one person.
That's fine.
Okay.
What is the expense going to be?
The expense for that, a trip to New Lordaeron, that'll be 1,200 gold.
I like to whisper. Sure, I was like, is that a good price, do you think?
I don't know. All the ships I went on, it was free.
Wait, the Griffin ride that we took was like 500 gold?
Yep.
So 500 gold for 2 people and only 1,200 gold for everybody, so that seems pretty reasonable.
Sure.
Okay, well, we can give you payment the day that we set sail.
And who might be ordering this particular tour, shall we say?
Out of character, are we supposed to keep it a secret?
And if you wish. It's one of
Or
those
did he
things.
tell us to keep it a secret?
He did not tell you to keep it a secret.
Gen get Greymane.
Yep. He's a man of honor. He is fair
think he
and
said that.
just.
Yeah, that's what I said in character.
Okay. Are you sure? Gen Greymane.
Yes, quite sure.
All right. There must be some big to do over at New Lordaeron then, because that's a big profile name. I've not seen his name outside the registrars in a number of years. Do you have proof that this is Gen Greymane who's booking this passage?
Do we have proof?
You do have his signet ring.
Okay.
I hand it to you.
And I show it, I take it from Morgana and show it to her. This is his signet ring.
All right. In that case, I'll make sure that he is at least he has a room. Now, who will be the odd one out?
I don't know, one of the other 11 guards who's traveling with him.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
All right. I will notify him of that. Do you know when he's going to be in? So we can make sure and finalize this all out.
I believe he's going to arrive in 6 days.
All right. You realize if you're lying to me, I'm going to hand you over to my warrior over there. And she points to the warrior who is standing behind you.
I don't look. I'm just like, okay.
I totally look.
He's about 6 foot tall, roughly 4 foot wide. He has a giant glaive in his hand.
That's a big sword.
She gives you a narrow eye and is like, yeah, sword. If
Life
you-
means something really different to me.
Yeah. But anyways, if you misbehave, shall we say, my man will take care of you. Quite literally.
The Gilneans are very honorable people, so there's nothing to be of concern here.
Or she looks you up and down. Make a persuasion check. Gilneans are honorable people. Okay.
That's not bad. It's not bad.
I have +0, so... 11.
Still convincing enough. Okay. She looks at you and is kind of like, all right. You've not been out on the seas much then, have you? But I trust that you're at least honorable. Okay. Now, do you require anything else, or is your friend going to pass out from lack of oxygen or something?
Yes, I think we might step outside for a bit.
All right. Have a good day then, and
Never mind. We're going.
may the light be with you. She
You as well. Thank you.
waves at
And I
you
turn
guys.
around and leave. I just like basically bolt out. Never mind. We're sleeping outside.
What happened to the inn being nice and relaxing
You
and
know
good
what?
for
You
our
can laugh at me
constitution?
later. I thought it was gonna be like, taverns back home, where there's like open air and, globes for light. I don't know how you humans, how you guys have not lost your voices by now. Are you sure? Are you sure we should be contracting her? She seems really suspicious.
You think she seems suspicious? Why is she suspicious?
Well, is it normal to threaten people who try to do business with you?
I don't know. Is it? You're over 100 years old.
Well, I've only dealt with humans in a clerical capacity, and they never charge me, and I never charge them, so I don't really know.
Maybe you should have introduced us then.
Probably. But, well, I don't think I would have done very well in that environment.
Maybe we should have mentioned that you're a priestess. Then maybe they wouldn't be as suspicious.
I don't know. Humans are a little fuzzy when it comes to the priesthood. If it's not light, they get a little, I don't know. It only seems to work when you're healing them of something or giving them something for free. Then they don't seem to mind as much.
Well, if you're suspicious, we have 6 days before Gen arrives.
That's true. And there were some other boats out there. Maybe we should see if we can find other captains. Maybe that were a little nicer. And don't have such big... What was it that he was... It was like a sword? Like a hook? I don't know. It was weird.
Yes.
We should probably find some place to camp.
That
Someplace
sounds like a good idea.
out, away from people.
Alright. So y'all wish to go camp out somewhere?
Yeah, outside. We're gonna be sleeping outside. Somewhere nice.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have a map for that because I didn't think about that, but we'll just use this. And
Okay.
go ahead and give me a survival check.
I also have the Outlander/Wanderer background, if that helps us.
It should give you a bonus to survival, but that's it.
I'm proficient in nature.
Nope.
Okay, I have +5 to survival, so that's a 14.
A survival's 5.
Okay. You managed to find a spot. It's a little bit out of town, a little bit ways across the bridge and out of town, but you do find a spot. Interestingly enough, about 20 yards, a little bit farther from where your camp is, there's another camp.
Oh. We have neighbors.
Do you want to go greet them?
Why not? They're going to notice us sooner or later.
Okay. You start walking towards them.
Roll for
Go with her,
initiative.
too. Are you serious?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
It's like,
I'm not gonna kill you
wow,
yet.
the neighbors are rude.
No, I'm not gonna kill you yet. But you will have to sit up watch tonight. Do you just waltz right into their camp?
No, I cast prestidigitation on myself and make sure I look nice and like fluff out the robes and stuff. And then while he's walking ahead of me, I do the same thing to him.
When we're a fair distance away from the camp, I just like say, "Ho there, travelers! How's it going?"
Alunadoras!
What you see before you is a camp that's been made by a group of night elves, at least familiar to you. What you do notice is they have a ton of double-bladed, almost sword-looking things.
Now those are glaives.
Mm-hmm. There's two different kinds of glaives.
That's what I think our glaives are.
Okay.
Oriana's only seen those.
Okay, then you know what these are. Several night elf gentlemen look up, bandages over their eyes, and they wave their hand, and your spell is lost. You both look normal.
Like they just I just cleaned us up. Like they just we're now dirty again.
It's not an illusion.
No, I thought you made
No,
yourselves look...
prestidigitation.
Okay,
I
you
just
made
use
yourselves
prestidigitation.
look
I
nice.
was
Okay.
presentable.
Okay. In that case, it's a little bit different. One of them steps forward with both glaives in each hand. What do you want here?
We're camping out over there and just thought we would say hello to the neighbors. I see, as fellow night elves, you enjoy the open air over the other accommodations here.
He lifts up one side of his blindfold, and you see a spark of green energy kind of float out.
Do I know the significance of that?
Make an Arcana check.
I don't have Arcana. I just have religion.
Then history would work as well.
I rolled the wrong number die, so just discount that. I was clicking on it from way too far away.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay, I have +3, so I got a 21.
Okay.
I got a 16.
Okay. You both passed completely. The DC on that was not very high. You both know that that's spell magic. These are, in fact, you could surmise that these people have made deals with demons, or they have harnessed it for their power.
I think we both just kind of look at each other.
So,
So are they demon hunters?
They would be considered out of character. They would be demon hunters.
Or
You
we-
would know somewhat.
But-
Actually, Audric, you would, or Auric, you would know some of that because you've seen them traveling to Quel'Thalas.
Okay.
They've been helping out the defenses at Quel'Thalas and helping the Silver Hand kind of weird stuff. Can we do anything to help you?
No. Just wanting to be friendly. Don't want to be rude to new neighbors.
All
We just
right.
figured we'd introduce ourselves before night fell too far, and then the shadows became spookier.
Of course, if you need anything, we're right over there, and you just let us know, and we'll come help you.
It will be far more likely that you will require our help, but if that comes about, just scream.
Well, we don't really like to... Okay, yep. Sure.
He just kind of eyes you.
I'm a priestess of Elune. Okay, goodbye. Nice to... we met you.
Yes, you did. Ishnuala. And he
Ishnuala.
turns, slowly, wielding both glaives still tight in his hand, and just slowly goes back to his camp.
Kind of walk away, don't really turn my back on them until I'm further away, and then turn around and walk back to camp. I'd like try to nudge Andre to come with me.
Yeah, as I'm going, I'm just like, have a good night. If you want to know what the weather's going to be tomorrow, just come see us in the morning.
Well, that was very uncomfortable. I was not expecting demon hunters.
Are you happy we went and introduced ourselves?
Yeah, I mean, at least we know that they're there. That would have been a
That is
surprise in
true.
the night. An unpleasant one. They're kind of uptight, and I don't really want to mess with that. But, so, what are we going to do? We have like a week to just sit here. I feel like we're going to have to make our own fun.
Well, I guess we could start by looking for other boats if you're suspicious of Captain Merton.
Suspicious is not, it's just such an ugly, I mean, it's more that I just worry. Yeah, sure, suspicious is fine. We can go look at other boats. That sounds good. So
If we have extra time, I'll probably ask around town to see if anyone's heard anything about any of my relatives.
Oh, yes, we can do that too. And maybe, didn't your leader say something about Black Knights? We could see if anyone knows any more about that too.
Yeah.
So, do you want first watch or second watch?
I'll take first watch.
These Luids are very strange, have strange voices in them. Alright. I will see about making some beds. I think that out of that hay, not the hay you threw up on, but the untouched hay.
That sounds like a good plan.
I'll be back. I go to like get just a little bit, like 2 armfuls of hay, just to make like little pillows out of.
Okay.
Can I use Druidcraft to see if it's going to rain anytime soon and we need to make better shelter?
You can.
Okay, I'm going to do that. Does that I don't think that requires a roll, does it?
Not really. I don't think so.
Okay. Also, just for flavor purposes, so it says that Druidcraft can make like flowers blossom or like seed pods open or leaf buds bloom. So, like, I really like nature, so like as I'm walking, sort of just leave a trail of like blooming like green buds and stuff, unless we're like trying to be sneaky, and not leave a trail about exactly where we're walking. But if we're not trying to be sneaky, then I just like, oh, let's just help these plants grow a little bit more as we're walking. So like everywhere we go, there's just like green plants like budding in our wake. Just for reference.
Okay. I'm going to be checking your passive perceptions real quick. As soon as my web page opens up, I may have killed it with the pad.
As soon as I get the hay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna make 2 little beds for us, and I'm gonna gather some wood. And I read prestidigitation lets you light and dismiss a campfire, so I'm gonna just put so I don't have to do flint and steel stuff. I'm just gonna snap my fingers, get the fire going, just like make a nice little camp area for us. It's gonna be all nice. And then because I can also do this with prestidigitation, then as I get like it all set up and stuff, I'm gonna start just playing little faint musical notes, to kind of get us relaxed, and just make it a nice little camp area. Way better than that tavern music or the smoke or any of that other stuff. It oddly sounds similar to the music we're listening to now.
Okay.
So we can have that in canon.
This is some very nice music.
This is the soundtrack from Grizzly Hills.
Thank
A
you.
voice from the sky.
Yes.
It's my iPod radio, but I keep with me.
Yeah. Something like that.
It's a little number I heard at the priesthood. The Sisters of Elune would chant it sometimes while we cleaned things. I was never very good at singing it, but with certain abilities, now I can kind of reproduce it.
So, how do the other night elves view the ones who harness the power of fell energy?
Well, about the same as they view me. Sort of a not wise decision. Although I think it's tolerated a little bit more because there's a whole order of them devoted to it. I'm not as tolerated.
Well, maybe you should just start your own order then.
I think that they did, and it's called Dalaran. But we'd have to make a whole nother trip there, and, you know, you have your thing and your people to take care of, and I just don't have the time. I would feel guilty leaving you, so, you know, just not going back there for a while. But no, they're uncomfortable with it. You won't see them walking around Darnassus or getting chummy with the other priests or druids or any of those things, no.
So did you really want to introduce yourself as a priestess of Elune?
I panicked. Okay, it just, usually when I say that, people are nicer to me. And it just came out. So maybe not, but, you know. Too late now!
Yeah.
You could have said you're a druid. They might like that better.
The druids are more about nature, not fell energy.
Well, neither are the priests. I like both things that they don't like.
Well, maybe they'll come talk to us tomorrow and realize that we're a lot cooler than regular priests and druids.
I don't know. They think they're pretty cool. I'm not sure they'll think that we're any cool at all, especially since we're kind of low on the totem pole for both things.
Well, they'll probably be gone in the next couple days. They didn't really say what they were doing, although we didn't say what we were doing because we were just saying hi. But guess we'll have to see what they do tomorrow.
That's true. It's true. It's a little worrying, to be honest. They don't usually show up unless there's something to do.
Oh, maybe they know something about the Black Knights.
I didn't think to ask them, but I don't want to go back and ask them.
Hopefully they're still here tomorrow.
Is that a hopefully? Sure, yeah. Hopefully.
Both of you do notice, through passive perception and whatnot, that there is a strange figure lurking at the edges of your fire, of the light from your fire.
Can we... I have superior night vision, which is what my thing says. Can I see it? If I focus? That's embarrassing. 4. watching us? We should move. We should move.
At least we were kind enough to introduce ourselves when we walked up to their camp.
Yeah. I'm not gonna sleep at all tonight. They're just gonna watch us and then... I don't know what they're doing here. Maybe we should move our camp. But then they'll just follow us. This is not a good... I don't know what to do. I should probably just go to sleep and try and forget about it. I'm just gonna... You know what? I'm just gonna read my prayer book and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
Are there any animals near our camp? Well, we could try asking the animals around here to help us keep watch.
Oh, that's
Tell us
right.
if the night elves are doing anything
That got you.
suspicious.
Ah! Who spoke?
I turn around to look to see who it is. If you're curious about something, we're free to answer questions.
Was I really that loud?
Apparently.
Oh. Well, we've heard that there are rumors of them patrolling streets in Lordaeron, or roads, and, well, we just were curious.
You're curious. Very well. My brothers and I are out here, keeping our eyes on anything that might disturb the peace, as it were.
Are your brothers the other camp over there?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know anything about these Black Knights?
Not as of the moment, but they are not our current quarry.
What is your current quarry?
Well, since you seem to have asked so nicely, we are on the lookout for some odd kidnappings. There's also been a kind of fiend in the area that we are trying to investigate, trying to look for.
A fiend? Like...
A demon.
What kind? Oh, right, of course.
Something that apparently, from what I can tell, takes on the form of others. But we cannot tell if it is something that takes on the form of people or objects.
I poke Audric really hard.
Ow, what? What was that for?
I just needed to check.
Curious, how young are you, little one?
I'm at least 200. And
I'm
4.
like really confused when I realize that he's talking to Oriana. I'm like, wait, what?
Make a deception check.
That's not good. That's a 6.
But because he's trying to see through deception, he has advantage, and it's not very good. Okay. He looks at you curiously. You seem a tad young for 200. But, alright. Might I suggest getting out more?
Oh, I mean, I've been out. I've been all over the Kalimdor, but it's yeah.
You talk too much.
I know. It's a problem. I'm working on it. Audric doesn't talk as much. He doesn't talk as much.
So what kind of kidnappings have been happening?
What he said.
A few people from Menethil Harbor have gone missing. Some of them have gone missing while they were out walking the dog, from what I understand, and a few others were in the middle of the village. At least from what I could tell.
And all of them were children?
No. Some were children, some were not. If the
Do you think
tracks
it's connected with this shapeshifter?
I believe it's it is. I believe it is. There's too much indication that says that at least something is dragging these people off. If you want to take a look at the evidence that has been left, you can. It's all over the shores. Whatever has dragged them off does not seem to care about hiding their tracks.
That seems a bit brazen. I wonder what could be so brave about that. They would feel okay to just snatch people.
It means that they either have a kind of brazenness about them, or they have a purpose.
What about the people that have disappeared from inside the village? Is there a large trace there as well?
There is a small trace, not much. I've only a few of my brothers and I have only been able to find 1 or 2 tracks, and that's it. Almost as if it happened in the dead of night.
But, I mean, with you guys being over there, we should be fine, right? None of us are gonna get snatched.
We will take care of you if that's what you're concerned about.
So, I mean, we can take care of ourselves, but it's nice to know that you're looking out. Yeah, it's comforting.
Have all of the previous victims been alone when they've disappeared, or have groups of people gone missing simultaneously?
They have all been alone, as far
And
as
we are never ever splitting up.
He just kind of looks at you funny, tilts his head a little bit. All right.
No, you can, I don't care, you can leave, but he and I, we're friends, we like to stick together. Bye.
You talk too much.
I talk when I probably shouldn't say that.
Well, we're going to be in the area for the next week or so, so do you guys mind if we also take a look around to see what's been happening?
Be my guest. Go for it. I can always use another pair of eyes looking for our quarry. I do believe the mayor has also issued a reward if you wish to cash it in, as it were.
Do you know how much?
Not 100% certain, because I haven't checked in on it. The tavern has been about the only place I go. Mostly to gather information.
I think probably wait till morning and they leave, and then we can question them.
If you so desire. However you hunt is up to you.
Well, thank you for sharing this information with us. If we might be coordinating in the future, just for reference, I'm a Gilnean druid.
I'm Oriana. I'm a priestess of Elune.
My name is Audric.
Hello, Gilnean Druid Audric. Hello, talkative one. He pats you on the head.
It's Oriana.
You can tell he's now smiling as he reaches back up to touch your head again.
I'd prefer it's the hair is you're gonna get it all messed up.
I figured as much. By the way, my name is Kasia. Kasia Moonblade.
Garcia Moonblade?
Kaisia.
Kaisier.
It's in Discord chat if you need spellings. But we shall take care of your night watch for you this evening. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you.
Unless you would like to take the watch with us.
He says
Sure.
I talk too much. Okay.
How do you wish to divide up the watch? You work in shifts of 2?
We work in shifts of 2. My brothers of 6 over there are already starting their watch. We should have enough to cover the night. Shifts of 2. 6 total people.
But he asked if we wanted to like share the watch, so
It
He
was
just
half
had enough
in
people.
jest. You get the feeling that his sense of humor might be very, very dry and very, very straight-faced delivered.
well, that sounds mathematically efficient.
It works for us.
It's good to see that even the night elves who decided to become demon hunters still engaged in the night elven education system. It's good.
He looks at you.
I'm gonna go to sleep now. It was nice meeting you. And
Sleep well.
I just pull out my prayer book and just start reading.
Ishnu Allah, you two, you weary travelers. Take care. We will take care of the watch.
Just tell me when he's gone.
Okay, I'd look to see when he's gone.
He starts stepping away from you and make a perception check.
I'm just reading.
5 plus 5, I got 10.
Okay. About the same time at about the same time that he exits the light of the fire, it's almost as if his shape just disappears. Not even the moon reflecting on, catching his shadow shows up. It's just, he's gone as soon as he hits the light.
Okay. I use Druidcraft to try to summon the noise of some blowing wind, and then I whisper, I think he's gone. Do you think it's rude if we still have our own watch? Is that gonna be insulting to them?
I don't care if it's insulting. I don't trust them. going to have our own watch.
Okay.
It's not just me, right? He's totally creepy.
Did I think he was creepy? Can I roll insight?
You can.
Yeah, I think he was creepy. Don't you know your own mind?
I mean, he didn't seem creepy to me as the player, but I wanted to see what's going on here. I have +5, so I got 15.
15? Creepy? No. You get the idea. He's very purpose-driven and very, very much so loving his job, as it were. He takes it very seriously. And my stream is chopping.
No, I think he seemed fine to me. He's very dedicated to his job, it seems, which I can respect.
Sure. Yeah. Dedication's a good thing. Maybe I'm just prejudiced. You know, they're not well talked of back home. But neither am I, so maybe I should probably not just be. I do talk a lot, don't I? I really should work on that. I didn't say it to him, but I actually talk a lot when I'm nervous, but I almost said it, but I didn't.
That's probably good. So how many hours is the night watch?
For a night watch?
If we start from right now.
From right now? You're talking about from about 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. to about first light, about 6:30, about this time.
You're taking
so it's
the
like
first
8
watch,
hours.
right?
Okay, so we each have like 4 hours of watch.
If you split it 2 and 2.
Are we gonna get like a full night's rest if we do that? So can we just sleep in later?
You
I think
could.
Can we
each
do
have-
2 6-hour shifts and wake up at 10 a.m. tomorrow?
I think, yeah, we can only do it. We can only watch for 2 hours apiece in order to get a full night's rest. Because I looked it up. So, and I didn't get any watching spells. I should have gotten something.
Wait, so can I just keep watch for 6 hours? And what counts as a full night rest? 6 hours, or do we have to do 8
8.
hours?
It's 8 hours.
6 hours. Yeah, what she said.
So I could watch for 8 hours, and she could watch for 8 hours. Well, I sleep until like 2 p.m. the next.
16 hours. Wow. Okay.
No. Well, what we might just have to do. Are there any trees? Are we
There
near
are a
trees?
few.
What if we just slept up in the trees? Tied ourselves up and maybe made like a little, I don't know, bell or something to alert us if something goes wrong. We can each watch for 2 hours, and then there's going to have to be a point where we're both asleep. But if we're up in the trees, at least then it's less likely someone's going to nab us.
Yeah, understandable. If you want to do that, you can. There are plenty of trees around.
I'm gonna also see if I can communicate with some squirrels using speak with animals or whatever animals seem to be
Get the
nearby.
squirrels to watch for us.
See if I can convince them to let us know if someone's coming near our camp.
Okay.
So let's see here. How do I cast a spell?
Well,
Is that a
that
D20?
one.
It depends on the spell. Sometimes you can just cast it.
Yeah, that one is just a straight up cast. You speak with animals. Boom. You can speak with animals for about an hour, if I remember right.
Only 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Couldn't remember how long.
Okay, so I attempt to find some friendly neighborhood squirrels and other creatures. Let's see if I can convince them to let us know if anyone's coming near us during the night.
Okay. That's fairly easy enough. You can find a couple of squirrels.
A couple of squirrels willing to do it, or just a couple of squirrels that talk to me?
Okay, if you're wanting them to do something specifically, roll investigation check.
Investigation? What about animal handling?
that's more convincing them to do what you want, rather than finding something to do what you want.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
What did you roll?
Oh, what?
Oh. There are no squirrels here.
Yeah.
You get a couple of squirrels who, and they won't wait up for you, or they won't keep an eye out for you, but they gibber and jabber on about these strange night elves who smell funny.
I'm tying hemp rope around my body on a branch, Katniss style, to make sure I don't fall. There's a nice little bow at the top. It looks very pretty. I do know knots because I have been on a couple ships.
Okay.
Then I take my prayer book of the light and I read it for a little while and then I go to sleep because I believe Audric said he would take the first watch.
Okay. So Audric takes the first watch. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
$13 plus something. Plus 5. 18.
Okay. Other than watching the stars pass overhead, the moon shift through its phases, nothing seems to be happening. The the demon hunter camp seems to be kind of busy, but at the same time not. It's weird. They every now and then, about what you would expect for shifts, they get a little busy and then all of a sudden they get quiet. But that's about it.
Blissfully sleeping, not doing any of this.
I just pretend like I'm quietly talking to squirrels for like 2 hours or something. And then I just like say like, oh, now that I've gotten my normal 2 hours of speaking with the forest animals, now I can go to sleep. But it's like time for Oriana's like midnight prayer reading, so I better wake her up so she can do that and not keep watch. Because I'm trying to pretend that like we're not actually keeping watch, we're just happening to be awake.
Throughout the
I
night.
think that we weren't trying to keep watch.
Make a deception check. Okay.
12 plus probably 0. Yeah, plus 0.
We are so
The squirrels are
deceptive.
convinced.
And I'm guessing they get plus stuff.
I'm not telling you nothing.
They clearly get -5 to detecting of blatant weird stuff.
I mean, we are kind of weird. It's believable.
Technically, this one gets advantage. $16. But other than behind the scenes, you think they believe you?
That's the worst.
So far, your watch passes through uneventful, other than again talking with a few squirrels who happen to talk about the demon hunter camp and how they smell funny, and that's about it. You wake Oriana up gently, or do you wake her up roughly?
Since we're strapped to a tree, I guess it'd be sort of gently so that she doesn't fall out of the tree.
Oh, okay. You wake her gently. Oriana, you feel the gentle movings and proddings of Auric.
Oh, it's just you. I was having the weirdest dream that the demon hunters were in here and they were watching us. And is it my turn to watch?
No, it's time for your midnight prayer routine that lasts for 2 hours.
Oh, okay. Sure. Right, it lasts for 2 whole hours.
Yeah, why would you keep watch? There's no need to keep watch. The demon hunters are keeping watch.
Right, the friendly neighborhood demon hunters are watching. Right. I start undoing my bow. Gotta pray to Loon for a long, long time. Then I go down, and I guess I just keep casting prestidigitation and make a little light above myself as I do this for 2 hours, and probably fall asleep while I'm doing it.
Okay. One, make a perception check since you're doing watch.
Since my constitution is 0. Yeah, I see nothing.
The light from your prestidigitation just kind of blinds you a bit too much. Go ahead and give me a constitution roll.
Is that a saving throw or just a roll?
Saving throw. You want to stay awake. You want to save against it, not necessarily push forward.
Oh, 15 plus 17.
17? Okay. You manage to stay awake. You don't see nothing but but your blinding prestidigitation, but that's about it. Seems to go by uneventful.
Really hope that nothing attacks us. No fiends, no fiends, no fiends. Dogs. I just start saying nonsensical things to myself as I keep an eye open. I check to make sure Audric's still in the tree and then go back.
Your watch seems to go by uneventfully. You can't really tell what happened past the bounds of your vision, but that's about it. It seems to be peaceful.
It's very peaceful here. I have to stay like this for 2 hours. It's only been 5 minutes. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just start whispering to myself all kinds of nonsensical things to try and make it sound like I'm praying. And then I guess when the 2 hours are up, I'm gonna go and carefully climb up there and poke Audric. But I kind of as I'm doing, I kind of check him too, because I want to make sure he was not this demon that got switched in the night.
Okay.
Very, it's a possibility.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Oh, I need to use this dice tower more. It's way better. Perception. That is a 19.
It looks like Audric. Smells a little bit like Audric. A little bit of pine still there. But it's Audric.
Audric, get up!
What, is it morning already?
Yes. My prayer routine is over. It's time to get up.
Wait, what?
2 hours after you went to sleep, she's coming over poking you.
I've only been asleep for 2 hours.
Oh, that's right. Go back to bed. I had to make sure you weren't a demon, but you're not, so it's okay. You can go back to sleep. Sorry.
Don't worry, I'm not a demon. And if I was a demon, I would tell you that I'm not a demon.
That puts puts me in a bit of a bind. But okay. I'm gonna go sleep some more in the other tree.
Before you go to bed, you hear what sounds like some raucous laughter, like somebody like told a really funny joke or something from the demon hunter camp, and you hear like some of the clinking of some coins being thrown, and that's about it.
There, I knew it. They're all gambling over there. This is not a good place to be.
They must have really good hearing.
What would they be hearing?
It's not necessarily that you heard good. Is they rolled a 1 and were really loud.
Go back to sleep. I crawl back to my side of the tree. Tie myself back up again. And go back to bed.
All right, as you start to drift off to sleep, the morning seems to wake early for you, Audric. It is earlier than you want it to be, but okay, it's morning. Oriana, however, in the midst of the night, you have this weird dream. You remember this one of the demon hunters coming into the camp and doing somersaults and flips and break dancing or something in the middle of the camp, and somehow there was a gnome dancing on his head at the same time throughout the entire event, and somehow one of them fired a shark from a bow, but you don't even know where the shark came from. And then you pass through the rest of the night peacefully.
That's a weird dream.
It's probably the saner stuff that I have prepared, so. But morning breaks. It's a little shiny, but yeah, that's morning.
Morning. Wait, I'm here.
You can't stretch out, you're tied.
I'm tied up to this back. No, like, up. I'm not vertical. I'm like this.
You can't stretch out, you're tied. Because you tied yourself.
No, with my legs, not my arms. Like the torso with the legs. I wouldn't tie my arms up. How do you even do that?
Yeah, but you still can't stretch out because your torso is tied up. So you can't breathe fully to stretch. Not until after you undo the knots.
That's better. I'm still here, right?
Yes.
Audric, am I still here? Audric.
I believe so.
Okay. Then the demon didn't get us in the night. So, what do you want to do this morning?
Well, first we should look for other ship opportunities to fulfill our obligations to get Gen, and then I think we should look into these strange disappearances and demon sightings. I find it odd that they know the demon can change forms, but they don't know whether it can change into humans or objects. Seems very strange how they would know that. Those are two options.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. Also, it struck me that you can turn into creatures, and I can cast an illusionary spell to make myself look like different things. We should probably avoid those two things, or we're going to be in trouble.
I see. Everyone knows that druids can change into animal forms.
But, okay, maybe I should just not use my spell. Okay, ship first, you said.
if you want to find a new captain. I think we sort of already agreed to pay the other captain money to get passage on her ship.
That's true, and I think she'll stab us if we say no. So maybe the investigation then? Where
Sure.
would we even start, though? I mean, just go ask people, like, hey, did one of your relatives disappear? I mean, that would be the logical way of doing things.
Yeah.
But it seems a little insensitive.
Moonblade made it sound like if we just walked around on the outskirts of the village, we'd be able to find traces of disappearances.
Let's do that. Let's go walk and see what we can find. Can you turn into anything that can smell? Or can you just smell? Like, you know, is there other thing that you can do?
I don't know what kind of creatures have good senses of smell.
I meant the other thing you can do.
It doesn't really give me anything, actually a bonus.
Oh.
Giant weasels, those can probably smell really well.
Giant weasels. Okay.
I mean, I'm sure it can smell better than a giant poisonous snake.
Let me look through some of my monster manuals.
Let's just go over to the
Or, wait, I'm assuming a direwolf can smell pretty well.
Yep, direwolf should be able to. And my monster. Oh, my monster sheet decided to hide on me. Oh, there it is.
let's just go and see what we can find then. I'm pretty good at seeing when nature's out of order.
No comment.
Okay, so we head off on our search for unusual things.
Okay. Heading down toward the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The beach is fairly easy to find. It's just literally right down there. Maybe it won't crash. Going back to the harbor because it's actually got ocean. Don't crash, please don't crash. There it goes. Okay, where was Direwolf? Just had it. Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh, Zariana has disconnected. I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It's my lame internet.
Death Dog, no. Direwolf. Direwolf has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell.
Morgan's gonna get anything for smelling? That doesn't make any sense.
Because they're too human-sized. Okay.
Even when I was a little girl, I always knew I was gonna be something weird.
Why is there a bag on your GM table that says invisible? It's clearly not invisible.
I don't
It's
know.
a trick bag. It tells you it's invisible to convince you that it is.
Invisible. I don't see an invisible. Oh, the buff bag. Yes, that's a debuff status bag.
Oh.
So, like, it's got like a little tile in it.
Oh, I see. They're all different. They say
Yep.
different things. I just saw a giant thing of bags, and I just moused over it, and the one I happened to mouse over said invisible. So I'm like, there's a bunch of non-invisible, invisible bags over here.
Yeah, that's because that's literally the buff bag. So if we got into combat or something, I could pull out, say, incapacitated, and it's just a little tile that says incapacitated. And a few other things: prone, poisoned, deafened, charmed, stunned, grappled, all that jazz. Like I said, this table has a ton of really good stuff.
I drew a grappled tile. Now it's like on my screen.
Where
Oh, and it's by my name on the table. That's cool.
Yep. Okay. You should be able to. Why do you have it way over there? Okay, I'm moving it.
Oh. Ah, no. Accidentally. No. Go away.
Quit accidentally doing stuff.
Ah. Oh no. What? Oh no. I like clicked on my name because I was, I don't know, curious about what would happen. I opened the Steam overlay, and then when I tried to close the Steam overlay, I opened the Discord overlay instead. So now I have two overlays. Isn't it Shift F7? How do you close the Steam overlay?
Default
it's
for
escape,
Steam
okay.
is Shift Tab.
Your profile
sure.
picture is just Stargate SG-1, and it's just hovering over the face. It's like, why is Stargate's here. Cool.
Yep, Stargate is here.
Mm-hmm.
That's alright, mine is creepy. Because I still have that same one picture from Dishonored. Yay, creepy, creepy, creepy.
Hey, you're a player.
Yep,
I'm back.
I'm a player.
I've never seen that close up. I thought that was just like a visor thing of like a knight.
Nope, it is a mask.
Really creepy.
It is a mask. It's from the game Dishonored. He's the main character and is known as a assassin.
Alright, so we are going to the beach to find weird things.
Okay. I don't have a beach prepared, so we're kind of stuck. We go here to Menethil.
Okay.
So, imagination is at work here. Alright. So as you get closer to the beach, from your camp is actually kind of a short distance. It's a small walk. It's not that hard to get to a beach in Menethil Harbor, or in the wetlands anyways. Go ahead and give me investigation checks. Or anything that would help you with tracking.
I have nature.
You could roll that.
Okay.
So could I use wild shape to turn into a direwolf and do some smelling around?
If you wish.
I rolled a 17 on a nature
I'll
check.
do that.
17 on a nature check? Okay. That would be a perception.
18.
18? Yeah. Be 18 on the advantage. Okay. Interestingly enough, you can tell there's a very heavy fishy scent to this area. Like far above what would actually be part of a normal ocean. It's almost as if the tracks left were made by fish or fish type creatures. Oriana, you've seen these tracks before.
Murlocs?
They're part of them. You know what else is here too, because you learned about them in history. There are Naga here.
I actually speak Naga. Crap.
Interesting!
I do actually speak Naga. Oh no. Well, that's not good. I just say as we're walking down the beach.
Does the scent form any sort of trail that I can follow?
Oh yes, you can tell they've tried to hide their scent fairly well, but you can easily tell why demon hunters who have no physical eyes could lose them. Some of their tracks dismiss off, and you can only follow them by scent in a couple of places. So it's kind of easy to pick up the lose the trail if you didn't have a nose for it.
Okay. I like wag my tail, and then I like go like this with my head and motion and start walking.
What is it, Lassie?
for
What
the
is it?
trail.
I follow. I just wave at him and I follow.
All right.
But as I follow, I'm gonna keep my eye out on the water and see if I can see any Naga moving or any signs of them.
Okay. Make a perception check.
My perception is not so good. I don't make characters that have good perception.
Your perception rolls are always bad.
Yeah.
It's not on purpose.
What is it? Oh. Okay.
6.
You don't see any Naga out there. You see a couple of fish. That's about it. But as you follow the trail along the beach, you notice when it dips off into the ocean, you can't follow it anymore. You can still follow the scent, and it leads you a little bit farther inland and a little bit farther away than Menethil Harbor actually is. Closer towards the cliffs that lead up to Ironforge, particularly Kazat, Lochmodan and whatnot.
Patrick, wait.
I stop.
I think I know what we're tracking.
Hmm?
Have you ever heard of Naga?
Ruff.
I don't know if that. Okay. I think that's what we're tracking. I don't think we should go in there by ourselves.
Does it seem like we're getting close to the end of the scent? Like, is it getting more powerful?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact, as you crest over one of the rolling hills on the wetlands, you see over there near the mountains that form Cosmodan, or I can't remember the name of the mountain of Ironforge. I'm such an idiot. But you see over there, there's actually a little cave. And easy to spot with your passive perceptions, very easy, are two small fish-like creatures waddling back and forth in front of the front door. There's a campfire out front, and that's what you see.
They look like Murlocs? Or
Yes.
Naga?
They are
Murlocs.
smallish, so they look more like Murlocs than they do like Naga. But they're definitely bipedal.
I don't know. I feel like we should tell someone what we found.
Okay, I transform back into my human form so that I can communicate.
Okay.
Do you think we should go get the night elves? They seem competent.
But
Although it doesn't seem like these disappearances have much to do with a demon. Although it's curious how they could make people disappear from inside the village. Maybe it's two separate disappearances.
or maybe one of the Nagas knows some magic. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the smart thing would be to go tell them, but I really don't want to go tell them.
That's okay, I'll go tell them.
Okay. Then I'm I'm just gonna, like, find a place to hide and keep an eye out on them.
I thought we weren't gonna split up.
No, that's right. We can't split up. Never mind. I'm coming with you. I have to make sure you don't get swapped.
That's a good plan.
But also, we should carefully back up from this place and not turn our back on it. So I just start
Okay.
moonwalking backwards.
That elf does the moonwalk.
Okay, so I guess we head back to look for the demon hunters.
Okay. You go back and you find the demon hunters, or at least their camp. They're no longer. They're nowhere to be seen.
See, this is why they can't rely on these people.
Well, did you want them to just sleep
No.
around their camp all day?
Well, maybe it'd be easier to find them. It's like they didn't even leave one guy, and there were like 3 of them. Like,
I
we
think there
obviously
were
can't
6.
split up, but they're... Oh. That's a lot more than 3.
Yes, practically twice as many.
I think it is, actually. We should go back to town, though. Maybe the guards can help us.
Can we tell where the night elves went from here?
We don't... The guards can help us.
For them, no, you cannot. You'd have to make an investigation check to see if you pick up any trail.
Come on, investigation check. 4!
They gone. As far as you can tell, besides the remnants of a campfire, that's all you see.
Okay,
Sure.
I'm going to write a druidic message on the ground that says that we found a cave full of Naga somewhere in the hills towards Ironforge or wherever it was.
You know that only druids can read those, right?
Well, maybe they can read it, I don't know.
I mean, I lived with a druid my whole life, and I still can't read it.
Okay.
Well, I guess we can go talk to the town guards now.
Make a persuasion roll. That's about the best thing I can think of for it.
$11.
Okay.
Really don't want to be here very long. I hope you hurry up with that message.
Okay.
Also, why would there be Naga here? We're far away from Kael'thas. Doesn't make any sense.
Is that where the Naga come from?
Yeah, they used to be night elves.
They did? Oh, interesting.
It's kind of the reason why arcane magic is banned. So,
Night elves seem to have a common occurring theme of transforming into strange creatures that are evil.
yeah, it's a thing. Now you know why we're really cautious. Why we don't really like our cousins either.
Hey, wait, time out. Something happened on my
What?
character sheet on D&D Beyond, because like I marked that we took a long rest, but then my HP went from 22 to 14.
Okay.
Like it said 22 out of 22, now it says 14 out of 14.
Okay. That's Weird. Okay. Double check, double check, double check.
I think you only have to mark it if you use something.
Well, I use up a spell slot to
That's
cast
true.
animal handling, so I just decided to mark a long rest instead of unchecking that.
Current of 14 to 14. Okay, so what's your health?
22.
Okay, let me edit, please. Let me edit the page. Edit character. Current hit points 14. No.
You should have just kept that quiet. You'll be fine for the next battle with the Naga.
I don't want to be missing 8 health.
Oh, you went down. I thought you went
Yeah,
up.
I went down.
I was like, why are you saying so?
There you go. You should be back up to 22. Or at least your max hit points should be.
Okay.
22. Holy cow.
Yeah.
You don't want to know how many hit points I have.
I know how many hit points you have.
Like 11.
+1.
Well,
I balanced, or tried to balance most of my critters around you.
Nice squishy.
okay, I refreshed the page and I got 22 again.
There you go. Alright. So, the plan was to head back to town and see what's going on?
Maybe, yeah, find the guard, talk to them about it.
Okay.
But let's not, I don't want to really talk to the dog one. Bernard one.
He's a sailor on a ship, not a town guard.
Oh. They all kind of look the same. They wear kind of the same clothes. Well, good. We don't have to talk to him then.
Okay, so you head back to Menethil Harbor. As you cross over the bridge, the guards are standing there just making sure you ain't causing any trouble.
Hello, guards. We have things to tell you. Are you a guard captain, or should we, tell you and then you'll go tell your guard captain? Or, how does that work?
The guard, she tilts her head just a little bit, trying to figure out what is going on with you.
Okay, so there's these Naga camped outside in a cave. I think they're being guarded by Murlocs as well. And we probably should do something about it. I mean, we can do something about it too. But we want to make sure we had some backup before we headed and dealt with it.
She waves you on inside the village, and that's about all you can get from her.
So,
Yes, hello. Does this town have a mayor or something?
She looks at you, and yes, you can usually find him in the town hall. It's the big building right there. It's not that hard to miss.
Excellent.
Ishnuala.
She just shakes her head and goes, "What in the world?" The other guard on her on her opposite is just sitting there snickering to himself, going,
Illuminatore! And I walk out.
and he busts out laughing and doubles over.
Maybe prestidigitation has the ability to create spontaneous gales of laughter.
Maybe, but if I cast it in the middle, people will see it. They can't. It's not a pre-spell.
Are you sure it's not a side effect from overusing the spell? Causes random people around you to burst into laughter?
I don't know how these things work, so it could be.
Maybe we'll read up on that later.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing we forgot to do. We need to go find a library.
Okay, let's head towards the down hall.
Okay.
State your business.
We need
One
to
of the-
speak with the mayor.
The two guards in front cross their glaives or their poleaxes, since somebody doesn't know what a glaive is. They cross their poleaxes in front and bar the way. Nobody sees the mayor today.
We know what happened to all the disappeared people. They're in grave danger.
What do you know about all the disappeared people?
Naga. You know, swift, kind of like snake men, warlocks.
The guard looks over at his companion and they instantly take their halberds and thrust them at your throats.
Well, that's really rude. We're just helping you
I
out.
make a growling sound in my throat. That was terrible. It was a growling sound. It didn't sound like a
He's
growling
got.
sound at all.
He
Whatever.
just gets violent sometimes when people get pointy things at him.
Oriana, make an initiative check.
Oh, jeez.
You missed it.
I know. It keeps falling behind the tower. I want it in the tower. Thank you. Oh, that's right. My initiative is 0. 6. I am going last.
You are on the ground, prone, with the spear locked at your throat. No damage taken.
Okay, friend. I'm generally a nice person. That ticked me off.
Yes, and you currently have information based on the disappearances. You will tell us what you know right now, or else.
I literally just did.
Are you deaf?
Both of the guards look at you, Arik. Really? We're going through a little bit of a crisis here, and you have the audacity to insult us?
We came here with helpful information, and you just threw my friend onto the ground, and I don't appreciate
Because
spears
she
being
was
pointed
being-
at us.
Because she was being a smart aleck. She was being like one of them gnomes.
She was telling you what we found, that there's Naga in the caves near Ironforge.
Apparently, human brains are too dim-witted to understand that. We've met a lot of dim-witted humans here. I would prefer
I
if we talk to some...
I kick you. Like, be quiet. Now's not a good time.
I'm this close to casting a spell.
Out of character knowledge, a glaive or a halberd does 1d10. They have a chance to one-shot you. Zeri, be careful. Okay. Enough GM trying to save the day. So you have information on this.
Yes,
Alright.
we can lead you right to the cave where the Naga and Murlocs are. Where they took the people they captured at the beach.
You what? Alright. We're putting together a small little team anyways. Shush.
Stick. Move it. So I can get up.
It's about this point the guard actually pulls the halberd up.
I roll up. As soon as he pulls it up, I roll.
Okay. Then he levels it at you, straight towards your belly, and is looking like if he wanted to, he could go for a stab really quick.
Can I roll? I wanted
Excuse
to
me,
roll.
sir. We're the good guys here. We're trying to help you out and save the townsfolk. Why are you threatening us with bodily injury?
Because you come in here with information based that could lead to the return or actually has information bearing on the missing mayor who is disappeared last night. Thank you very much.
Well, you didn't say that. That would have been useful to know.
So at about this point, that a tall cloaked figure, taller than both of you, kind of comes by and just says, "Don't worry, she's talks too much," and just kind of
I have hardly said anything.
He guides you, Oriana. This figure guides you over, away from the pointy bits, to the side, and then pats you on the head.
Stop.
We will go to the inn. Don't worry, we'll take care of this.
I just glare at him the entire time.
So I didn't catch your names, sir guards. My name is
You think we
Audric.
give you our names?
I try to look to see if they're wearing name badges.
They're not. They're in full guard apparel, helm.
Robert and Steve.
Yeah, full plate armor. Matter of fact, it looks like this city guard, right here by the tree that is bouncing up and down.
Can I roll perception to try to memorize their scents?
Okay, it's a new one. You may roll perception to try to pick up their scent. They're not being very helpful. Their disposition towards you is not very good.
That's a 12.
Okay.
Do I feel like I could pick them out of a lineup of guards based on their scent?
For 12, right now you could. Later on, you're going to have to make an intelligence check to do so. Fortunately, you can't memorize it too well. You didn't roll a 20. But it's at that point that the cloaked figure starts pulling both away. Thank you for sparing them and for not making them fish paste. And he leads you, tries to guide you both towards the inn. The tall figure keeps swatting your hand down like, I know, shut up. Why do you think we camped outside?
I just keep glaring as we walk away.
Alright, as you guys enter the inn, you see that there's a couple of spots, or a couple of tables that have been...
Why are we here again?
Because I'm going to beat you over the head with the inn. No, but a couple of tables have been... Yeah. A couple of tables have been pushed together. There's that large guy you saw yesterday taking down any information he can. He's sitting down in a chair. His helmet is off. He's got a pen and paper out, and he's writing down anything he can get from just about anybody who walks by. Even a drunken dwarf who was standing on a chair the night before is over there giving him a very drunk illustration of what he thought happened. It sounds very pathetic, and you can tell the dwarf is probably... He smells about as bad as you can... about as bad as you can imagine. The scent of alcohol just kind of permeates the room and so forth.
This is why we sleep outside.
And the cloak figure kind of draws you guys in. Are you sure you want to help them search for these?
Not anymore. They want to get eaten by Naga. That's their problem. I was being helped.
No, we're still helping them.
Alright then. Do you think this has anything to do with the demon? The fiend that we are hunting?
Probably. It's pretty weird that Naga are down this far.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage.
Ooh, I'm good at that. Unlike Audric, I actually have a high persuasion. 9. That's an 11 plus 5, so that's 16.
Okay. The cloaked figure lowers in closer to where he can look you eye to eye, except he's still got that bandana over his face, and it's kind of weird. But he looks at you and goes, "You believe it to be so?"
Well, generally speaking, when Naga are involved, weird things happen.
This is true.
You know, they do like ritual sacrifice, so...
Do you wish to enlist any other aid?
No! These people are stupid. We'll just take care of it ourselves. You got like 6 dudes, right?
I have 6. They are off hunting on their own, and it is hard to communicate it.
Why on earth are they hunting on their own? That's stupid!
Because we are trying to find the location of this
Well, we
thief.
found them! Well, we found them! Now they're split up. That was a dumb decision on your part.
Listen, if you keep this up, I'm going to leave you in here in this inn.
Good luck with that. I'll just go out a window.
I will tie you to that dwarf.
Whatever. I know knots, okay?
And I know fell magic.
And I'm a priestess of Elud. Are we gonna continue naming things that we all know, or are we just gonna deal with this?
I will bind you to that dwarf.
Okay, we're leaving.
I am ready to
Audric,
get
and
going
sorry.
on our adventure. Let's head out and look for the cave.
As you guys leave the inn, quickly darting in and then somehow quickly darting out, the guard across the way just kind of cocks his head a little to the side and goes,
Shut up!
and
I
there's
just say, hey, you guard over there. If you want a big pay bonus, we're going to save the mayor. Want to come along?
roll a persuasion check. With disadvantage.
I gotta be chaotic somehow.
Okay.
What? It didn't come out of the tower the second time? Where did it go?
Oh no!
It
What'd you
got
do?
stuck inside of it. Hold on. Let me...
You ate the dice. Okay.
Tower
That's a
ate the
new one.
dice.
There we
Okay.
go. Oh, sweet 20, but my other one was a 16, so...
Disadvantage.
that'll be a
Okay,
nat 20.
16.
No! Nat 20.
Any bonus to that?
Persuasion? Nope.
Okay.
16
As you walk by, the guard seems to stay on his post. And for some reason, there's a little gnome off to the side just laughing his little rear end off. Particularly at your group. Almost pointing at Oriana, but he's laughing at both of you in general.
I've changed my mind. This village is filled with stupid people. We should have never left your home.
There are demons to hunt. There are foes to hunt. I would have
Oh,
left.
you're still here. I didn't realize you were following us.
You say as
What?
his arm is
Coming
wrapped
with
around you, guiding you through the door, through the
I thought
gate.
it was Audric.
Okay, Audric is 6 foot. He's about the same height you are. This dark cloaked figure is closer to 7'2".
I wasn't paying attention.
He's a full head above you. At least a full head.
So you're coming with us then?
I may. This keeps up, I may just toss you off into the ocean.
Again, why does everyone threaten me? I am a nice person.
You talk too much.
Audric
And-
doesn't mind it.
The cloaked figure